Hey everybody, this is Joshua Rourke with Clickadia.com, and I wanted to shoot this video to kind of share my experience and why I got involved with the 30-day challenge. Now the truth is, for me it all actually started way back in college. I was actually studying to be an archaeologist because I was inspired by Indiana Jones. How many of you watched that movie and loved it? Definitely this guy. So much so that I went to 3.5 years of college to pursue it. The problem is I was about 15 credits shy of graduation when I realized something as I was sitting there in class. I remember taking notes. I couldn't even tell you what class I was in, but I remember vividly thinking, okay, so what are my options after college? And that's when I realized that there's really a couple of options, and I didn't like any of them. I didn't want to become a teacher. I didn't want to write a textbook. And I also didn't want to do a couple of other options because I just knew I wouldn't make money long term. And it was really going to be a very big drain on my time. So what I did next was started thinking, what would be my next thing if I was to, say, stop doing archaeology? So I thought broadly, and I think that's when I kind of started looking online for things to do, and that's when actually a good buddy of mine recommended sales, and that's when it just clicked. I was like, sales and marketing. If I could learn to market, and if I could learn to sell things, then I can take that skill anywhere. I could take that in any industry, any business. I could start my own business if I wanted to. So I did really spend the next 8-9 years learning everything I could about sales and marketing. The problem with that, and I'm sure many of you are in the same boat, the problem with that is I took course after course. I bought book after book. I studied day and night. The problem was I studied so much that I got to a point where I was frustrated because of the fact that I knew how to do everything, but nothing had happened for me yet. How many of you guys have been there? Like it's a hard feeling when you know and you feel like you've got all the tools to do everything, and you feel like if you were put to the challenge, you could do everything, but for some reason you just didn't take action. The problem was I convinced myself that because I was learning all this stuff, that was the same as actually making it work. Two entirely different things. See, like I remember watching a lot of people, a lot of these other marketers, a lot of even a couple of different friends who were having success. And I was thinking to myself, whenever they ask me stuff, I know the right answer. Like if I was looking at on the outside of someone's business or someone's idea, I was like, oh, this is what you need to do. This, and this, and this. But for whatever reason, I'd never actually taken action on it myself. And really, that was kind of the part where I really struggled with it. I like to call it the shiny object syndrome, is I would learn one thing, dive in, I would get super excited for it. A couple months, I get really, really into it. And then whatever reason, the next big thing would come across. And I get so excited, I'd be like, ooh, let's learn everything we can here. To the point where I spent a whole bunch of money. My wife was very irritated because here I was promising these big old grand ideas of, oh man, we're going to make it. We're going to be so rich. We can, do anything we want to. And then never actually having to show for it. And it really, honestly, it hurt. Like it really got to me after a while, when just seeing that disappointment in her eyes and seeing that frustration that, her husband, her man, her support system wasn't actually supporting her. And that's when, I was like, you know what, that's it. What I'm going to do now is stop focusing on everyone and focus on one path, one person, one coach, one mentor. So I literally went through my entire email address and my email system, and I would entirely recommend you do the exact same thing, is go through your emails and unsubscribe from everybody. Keep only the one, maybe two influencers or people that you truly trust have your best practices in mind, people that really know what they're talking about, and just trim it down. And that's exactly what I did. From there, I started studying. I was like, okay, if I was to follow kind of one person, one system, one process, who would it be? And that's when I can't say that I wasn't a part of it before, but that's when I came across ClickFunnels and Russell Brunson. I'd actually followed him years back, was into his stuff for a while, and again, got distracted. I was just not ready for the power of his system at that time. And So as in following that and in kind of stepping into his space again, I was just reminded of just how incredibly powerful and smart he is. Not to mention the just caliber of training that I've received across every single platform or every single product that he ever did was top notch. Every single piece of branding was something just incredible to follow. And like if you're in that marketing mind where you just can't shut it off, and it almost anything you do, you think to yourself, wow, that's a really good strategy or process, or that's a really bad strategy or process. Everything that he comes across, that I come across in their content is always on point. And it's through that, that's where I learned about this 30-day challenge. And this is the point where I realized that if I was ever going to make it, I needed to really shut out all distractions, buckle down, and really get into it. And that's exactly what this 30-day challenge was. Because how many of you, I went 3.5 years to college to learn stuff that I have not used since 2010 when I dropped out. This 30-day challenge, I figure if I could buckle down, do the stuff, then I'll have something to show for it. And that's what I'm going to invite you to try out now. There's a link right now down below that will actually show you the exact system that I'm going through, and I'm definitely going to go through it over and over again. So I'd like to join you on the next one as well. But it's basically 30 days. Buckle down. He will teach you all the ins and outs and strategies of the system that really has been the foundation of ClickFunnels, his business, his process, his way of thinking, while at the same time giving you actionable steps. You've got daily homework. Think of it as school. And first week or two, fairly easy, and then it kind of builds on it. So everything you do early on will then be built into everything you do later. And I'd highly recommend it. The system itself is absolutely top-notch, and for the price you pay for it, I've spent 20 times as much and gotten way less value and less actionable advice. And so when it really comes down to that understanding of actually taking action on the knowledge that you have, this system, hands down, is really the best that you're going to have. So definitely click on that link below. It's going to take you to the sales page that Russell Brunson has put together for the One Funnel Way Challenge. Yes, I am an affiliate of it. And I'm 100% behind this product and 100% fully believe in it. And if you join it, nice thing is you could become an affiliate too. That's the beauty about the system, is even if you don't have a product, you don't have a business currently, if you don't have, really you don't even have to be an experienced marketer to do well at this challenge. It really is a space where you can come in with a clean slate, and he will teach you everything along the way. And you're working with some of the best in the industry with Russell Brunson, Julie, and Stephen. And as far as that goes, just the content there is astounding. And again, for the type of guy like me where I'm shiny object syndrome, they make it really easy to stay on track day by day. So click on that link below, go to that page, watch Russell's video about exactly how the challenge is laid out. And I hope to see you in the private Facebook group. And feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about it. Clickadia.com is in process right now, looking to get that up soon. And I would love to support you in your journey as you go through this 30-day challenge. So please reach out to me in kind of whatever form that looks like for you. And I'll see you on the side, guys. Have a good one.